Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's not good morning. It's good afternoon. I've already gone about 100 miles today. Kid went down to see her fiance at work, and while she was there, she's like, Dad, something's wrong with my car. It started dinging, said check gauges. Temp gauge was up to 280 degrees. She did shut it off, she said, and then turned it back on, and it went down to 200, stayed there. And, well, do you want me to try coming home? I said, no, just leave it sit. And then she's like, well, it's getting hot and cold. I'm like, yeah, shut it off. Well, we went down and got it this morning, looked in the radiator, and I can't see no antifreeze. Water pump don't look wet, nothing looks wet, but the antifreeze is gone. So we're gonna go out and see what we can figure out. It's only a whopping 12 degrees out. So and then I got the Suburban back, but that's for a brake issue now. Then I got another truck coming in that needs a heater blower. I mean, sitting around wondering what I was going to do, and now all of a sudden all this stuff's coming in, so that's good. So anyway, we'll get out to the shop. Okay, we're pressure testing the kid's car. Yeah. We got a leak somewhere. I just heard it. Alright, I'm gonna have to get back there. I just heard it finally. This blankety blank camera, I'm gonna have to get a new one. I just did a whole segment and it never recorded it. What did I talk about? Well, the kid's car is outside running right now. God, I hate that when that happens. I lose whole segments. Kid's car is outside running right now. I left the pressure gauge on it to see if it builds pressure by chance, because I cannot find any wet spots on that car. Nothing showing up on the ground, but it was down. It wasn't down as much antifreeze as I thought. It was about a little over a quarter of a gallon down, which the reservoir is empty yet too, but I left the pressure gauge on there because I can't find it. As I started it up and run it, and when it's running, it held the 15 pounds of pressure, but the needle just stayed steady. It didn't fluctuate around indicating a bad gasket or a cracked head or anything. It held steady. So yeah, that's out there running. So with it running, it held steady. As soon as I shut it off, got around to the front of the car, and it was doing like in the last segment. Down with the needle. Gets down about 7-8 pounds and it holds. So I got that running, and then trying to figure out what that is, because the other project for today was the Suburban. It's back, brakes are out, pedal goes straight to the floor. It's not leaking anywhere underneath. He checked and he says everything's dry underneath, so, but the fluid level stayed full, is not dropping either, and there is no brake pedal. It goes straight to the floor. Oh, okay, so we got that, but that was a JH2 code for the brake system, because it's got a hydro assist on the brakes. So that was a master cylinder nobody else had. And then the other project for today, since the master cylinder wasn't in and the water pump wasn't the problem in the kid's car yet, I didn't go through that town to come home to get the blower motor for the other truck, which needs a heater blower motor put in. So, and then I went to go outside to check the car, and then I realized when I hit the button for the record to shut it off, it started recording, and I went and checked, and everything I just talked about was gone. And the other thing is, I'm doing a little bit better. The pain's gone in the gut. Well, it's tolerable now. Like the doctor said, it'll get better, and it is. But I'm finding out I don't move around as much. It's a lot better. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go out now that I see it says record, and I'm going to go out and check the car to see how it's doing. So, all right. There's been a good little friend right now. I almost goofed up. You know, with your diabetes, you may forget that you don't have the
messages received from Trisha.
Full filling in your feet. Yeah, well, I was sitting here talking to the machinist about the kid's car. Yeah. You guys want to tell my daughter? Because, yep, it's down now, but while I was running, that's what I'm trying to do, get the pressure off. While I was running, it started pushing, it pushed into the red. Oh, what the hell that was? Pushed into the red, which means it's getting the head gas. It's not the needle's not flip-flopping back and forth, but it's building pressure in the cooling system. And when I started revving it up back here in the back of the motor here, it sounded like the rocker arm started to make a noise. So yeah, so we get to pull the top end off the motor and do it again like the other Bonneville. Oh. So yeah, yes. Get my tool. And then, you know, I've put this car, I mean, it's got all topped off with antifreeze, but it's building pressure, and like the machinist said. And I suppose with it getting the 280 last night, that's what did it. But I wanted to know, and that was the problem. I was about ready to just give it back to her and let her drive it and see what happened, but we can't now. Oh God, it's cold out there. My little 24 by 30 building's not big enough for everything I got going on. I had started checking into a building in town, but I was a day late. The guy had just sold it. I know, and I said I wasn't going to go back in the town, but it was an old service station that had hoist and that in it. Would have been a great investment, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to get that cleaned up, washed off, and yeah. Oh yeah, I guess I'm going to call her a day. Well, it is a day. It's later. Yeah, feet are starting to hurt. They're cold, very cold. So yeah, I guess I'm going to talk to the kids, see what they say, and we'll go from there. So, and hopefully we have parts, and hopefully it's not near as cold tomorrow. Otherwise, it's going to be a little hard putting on parts. Yeah. So, I hate this diabetes. I really do. So, anyway, see y'all later.